Rotten, stinky filth. Hello folks, Jack and Greg here.
Hello.
From Peach Guitars. You'll remember Greg. Greg's been in a few videos before, and he is a self-proclaimed Schecter guy. So,
yeah, I did say that, didn't I?
Welcome back to the channel.
That is true. I didn't just say it because I was getting Schecters out of a box.
No, there was truth behind your statement, and you may have seen recently that we just put out a video speaking with Schecter President Michael Ciravalo and featuring a few of the custom shop Schecter pieces that we have, which is a very kind of different beast altogether to the kind of Schecter that most people will be aware of, I think. So we wanted to put a bit of focus on that, but Greg rightly called us out and said, what about all the other stuff? All the stuff that a lot more people potentially are interested in checking out. We haven't really covered them too much before, apart from the Nick Johnston model we've had before, but yeah, Greg was right to mention it.
I suppose these do segue into that a little bit, don't they? Because that one was based upon a Nick Johnston. Well, it's essentially an S bolt-on guitar.
Feels very similar to that, yeah.
And the guy, signature model, Fowler? Jack Fowler. Yep. He basically put a humbucker in the bridge of his, and then eventually ended up with one with two humbuckers, and there you go. The Fowler was born. So similarly, that bad boy there as well.
Yeah, I hope you can see this on the shop. But I think the point here is that, as Greg pointed out, this is actually this speaks to the origin of the company a little bit. You know, the names of some of these products being Van Nuys.
I believe it's pronounced Van Nuys. So these two especially.
So yeah, this kind of speaks to what Schecter was from the off, which is basically a custom shop.
Yes, they specialise. They would do kind of bolt-on, like your Strat and Telly guys would upgrade their guitars with Schecter parts. So Schecter made everything top to bottom: pickups, hardware, bodies, necks. And this is kind of a very reminiscent of that era. As ash body, roasted maple neck, USA pickups, and that's throughout both these models and that model, Pasadena's. So you've got, an affordable instrument with just wicked pickups.
Well, I recognise the sort of completely blank humbucking pickup cover there from the what are they called, those fancy custom shops that you unboxed. What are they called?
The stabilised tops.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
So I presume it's the same pickup design.
Yeah, it's the same thing, same pickups. And then you got the Monster Tone single coils, which are kind of fat single coils. Which actually, could we maybe try that one later?
Yeah. We'll plug a couple in. We've got a little bit of an odd smattering here of different things. You can see some guitars dwelling in the back as well. But the point of this was really to show what you can get for
under a grand.
Yeah, under a grand in the case of pretty much everything, apart from that one beastie back there,
which is just brilliant.
Which is pretty cool. But yeah, so everything here is relatively attainable for most people. But it's quite interesting to note that with a lot of companies, there's a clear distinction between their higher end and their sort of more affordable ranges, whereas that is less so here because
they kind of cross over, don't they, into the custom shop thing with the USA pickups and the styling of especially these two guitars. It's just a bit of a hat tip to when, I guess, late 80s, these ones would mid to late 80s, so kind of Tom Anderson era Schecter kind of vibe going on.
Yeah, but it's a nice, the Schecter guitars, I think a lot of people are aware of this now more so than ever before, but particularly with the advent of the Nick Johnston guitars, the value in these things is off the charts compared to some other guitars that you might see at this same kind of price point. You really have that kind of higher end custom shop feeling elements, like with the roasted maple on the necks,
the look as well.
The look, the electronics,
the cool little different kind of style knobs on there as well. It's just little things. Isn't it?
And they actually have trims that stay in tune very well.
They do. Yeah.
Really comfortable neck. I mean, this is this is under £1,000.
Roasted
guitar.
maple.
Roasted maple, super dark, really sleek board, big old frets. No roughness to the edges of the frets either.
No.
Very comfortable. Lock-in tuners.
That's throughout these three models all got lock-in.
Neck carve here as well, to get up to the Wiley section, which you're far more proficient at than I am up there. I get frightened past about this point, but you can kind of do it all on these things. And you heard a little bit of high gain whittle at the start there, but Let me just show you a couple of cleaner tones using the Boogie Fillmore 25, and let's see, no split coil capability on this, but the humbuckers themselves, they're not particularly high output, so you can get some nice sort of shimmery.
Yeah, it's got the Pasadenas in there, which are sort of airing on the hot air side, but they're not ridiculous.
Okay,
so they will clean up.
Yeah, that's, well, clarity is the key here. Let me just show you some cleans. Not bad for a
still
humbucker,
sounds really open, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, and dynamic as well.
Yeah.
If you dig into that, it really comes alive. So this was the Jack Fowler signature model.
Jack Fowler signature model.
So it's quite interesting. They've got a really diverse product range, and as we learned from Michael speaking to him, being an artist himself, they're a company probably more so than any other guitar company now that listens to their artists in a big way.
Really small team of guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a very kind of quite a family vibe in the Schecter, especially in the custom shop stuff. It's it's very very close knit little community.
So what is it that appeals to you so greatly about the brand?
Well, I mean, being honest, I think in the early days of my other jobs, I suppose I was always near Schecter, and I just thought it's just good bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Because I never have many bucks.
I thought he might still be on the payroll to some degree, but
No.
ever since Greg's been with us, he's always, really championed the brand for all price points, and he's very keen to do this
And I
video
just think
to
they've
explain
absolutely, with these ones especially, they've just smashed it.
that. So what's this one that you're holding?
This is the Van Nuys PT.
Right.
So it's the T-style body, same as that. So we've got the USA pickups. Cool little cutout for the neck there, so you can get up there with your flapping fingers if you're doing your high fast guitar playing.
I think you should flap away. Let's
All right.
hand over here.
Five-way switch.
Oh, Gregory.
Well, there you go. Apologies for that.
No, that was a nice, refreshing change.
It was disgusting, and I'm not ashamed.
That's what these things
Yeah,
ultimately are for.
The neck profiles are so slim, but not to the point where you'd kind of, people that remember the old wizard necks think, ooh, it's a bit disgusting. They're a nice handful, aren't they?
It feels like, I talked about this on the recent Friedman Guitars video we did, where the neck just feels like a vintage neck that's been perfectly sculpted and broken in.
Almost like someone's reprofiled the fretboard. You've still got something there that feels familiar, but you've
it's super flat as well, the fretboard itself. I think it's
12-inch, I believe, maybe 14
so not
on
crazy.
That. Yeah, so it's kind of on the flatter side, isn't it?
Yeah. So the Van Nuys.
Van Nuys, I believe.
Spec.
Van Nuys.
Yeah, well, we'll get someone will correct us, I'm sure, in the comments. But so that's kind of the essence of the origins of the company, isn't it? That's where the name come
Yeah.
from? Was it the original?
Yeah,
factory?
76 is where it all started, just building bits for people to add to their guitars or make their own guitars. Especially kind of, they use more exotic woods because, you know, nowadays Brazilian rosewood and some other woods you just can't get, and they were championing all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it just, and brass hardware, things like that. You think of kind of cool 70s guitars.
Yeah.
We've kind of moved away a bit from that now, because it was, 70s guitars were generally, it's a two-man lift.
Yeah, that's the interesting distinction, isn't
quite
it?
heavy.
Yeah, I was just thinking that 70s guitars were typically quite gaudy,
well, this
quite
is
bulky.
also, you think of the some of the builders in the 70s. It wasn't a great era, was it?
Not particularly.
Really
Not particularly.
bad. So these guys kind of came out of that because they were thinking, well, you know, maybe there's something to be had here. So they started building bits because everyone was pretty much building rubbish.
Yeah.
So then this company was born out of that.
It was very fresh at the time. And yeah, it's just great that they've obviously stayed true to that in certain senses, but they're a company that's just got so many different models and like something for everybody.
Yeah. Right down from the little omens right up to the custom shop, and I think it's just, they just offer you really good value for money, especially in these guys. For under $1,000 you get in USA pickups, and just, you can just have fun playing them.
Very much so.
Or you can play grown up like you do.
Well, I just play very slowly and steadily. Do you want to have a little tinkle on this one? You were quite keen on this guitar.
Yes,
I think,
let's have a little, let's hear what it sounds like. Look at that, let's
I mean, what actually is it?
I don't know.
Well, let's plug it in and find out what it's about.
Thank you, Paul Wiley. Oh.
So that was the Paul Wiley signature model you'll have just been hearing there. Quite different to
It's
the other
just
stuff we were talking about. But
yeah, it's an out and out beast. You'll have to check the website for the specs on that one. I just know it's really good fun.
there's something about single pickup guitars. We talked quite a bit about that on the channel recently.
Yeah.
Just seems to be a little bit more lively.
And it's lively. I mean, it's obviously dynamic. You can roll the volume down, but that's just, it's an out and out rock machine.
As you will have heard.
Yes.
Put to the test. So yeah, hopefully this will come across just as a little bit of an introduction to the brand. If you maybe weren't familiar with Schecter before, you've now seen sort of two sides of the coin. We've covered the custom shop stuff, which if you haven't seen, you can go back and check that video out. And as Greg has skillfully demonstrated, they've got something for the...
That is a stretch.
No, I think it's true because, you know, as you said, you're a Schecter guy.
Yeah.
You appreciate what the company's about.
I think it needs a bit of love.
Yeah, so there we are, folks.
Yeah.
If you're interested in the brand, you want to check out the full massive inventory that we've got. There's all sorts of stuff. Link in the description box below to head to our website, peachguitars.com. If you want info on any of these particular guitars as well, we'll link those specifically down below as well. But I think that's
Covers
about
it. And remember, you can choose your favourite tech team, sort it out, set it up, and everything is QC before it goes out.
There you go, Salesman Greg. Thank you very much, as always, for watching, folks. Let us know in the comments what you think about Schecter guitars. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Disgusting guitar playing.